days for interim chief of police. I think Councilmember Harris would like to lead that.
Our current interim chief of police is Mark Rosser is doing a really good job, in my opinion, and he's been putting in a lot of extra hours. When he took the interim position, he was raised up just a little to compensate him. However, he's still not at the rate that the previous interim chief of police was at. And based on that, I feel like that we should compensate him a bit more until such time a permanent chief of police is decided upon. So I'm going to move to recommend to the city manager that a 5% increase in salary be given to the interim police chief to remain in effect until such time as a permanent chief of police is decided upon.
Is that 5% on top of what the city manager already did?
Yes.
And would you be willing to make that retroactive from the day he took the job? I think you need, most of the time.
Yes, that
I'll
was
second that.
Yeah.
Most of the time in the past, whenever somebody's filled the same position, they've normally been given a 15% raise for doing both jobs. So I think this is getting what, 10% total?
Yes. And
So the motion is 5% raise above and beyond what's there right now, retroactive to when he took that position. Is that correct?
until such time as a permanent chief of police is decided upon.
That's the motion. Do we hear a second?
I second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
May I have the floor?
Yes, sir.
I've got phone calls and several things. And first of all, I want to extend my appreciation to Chief Rosser for everything that he's done since he's been here. I consider him a professional in all degrees. What I was asked is, in the near future, Chief Rosser is going to be called to testify against or about one of the council people. And it was hinted to me that this was done for the purpose of gaining his favor. And I don't believe anybody can buy Chief Rosser's integrity. I want to make that real clear. If it was up to me today, every officer out there would get a 5% pay raise. So anybody that's spreading those rumors that he's getting a pay raise so that if a lawsuit comes about and if he's called before on the ethics violations as a witness, then they're mistaken. This is sheer on the basis of his qualifications and his performance of duty.
Any other questions or concerns?
I just wish we could have a meeting where we speak on fact and not conspiracy theories from here on out. That would be real nice, Mayor, because that's what Robert's Rules of Order states. We're supposed to present facts, and if we're presenting opinions, it needs to be stated as opinions and rumors as such. And that's what you're designated to do as an elected mayor. So
I took that as a compliment to Officer Ross.
well, it's also an accusation, Mayor, and a personal attack.
I apologize.
Again.
Mayor, may I have the floor?
Yes.
This is fact. That's all I've got to say.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Sousa,
Aye.
Councilmember Wyatt,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harris,
Aye.
Councilmember Curley,
Aye.
Mayor Mayberry.
Aye. Motion carries.
Rosser's been, I believe, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 90 days he's fulfilled the position of interim. And by the end of the year, he will have been doing it somewhere plus or minus, don't hold me to that, about 6 months. So I've got a secondary motion to recommend that the city manager make a decision upon the hiring of a permanent chief of police on or before December 31st, 2016. surely by that time, we'll know whether Chief Rosser's able to move forward and carry forward, or whether we need to look elsewhere.
So can you summarize that motion?
Yeah, to recommend that a decision be made, to recommend to the city manager that a decision be made on the hiring of a permanent chief of police on or before December 31st, 2016.
Is there a second on that one?
It gives 90 days. Lee, how long does that have to be advertised for if you accept resumes?
Past practice is that we advertise something for 2 weeks, something for that high of a position. I would recommend a little longer for outside candidates to receive notification, but generally it's been 2 weeks.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second on the floor to request the city manager to make a decision on a permanent police chief by December 31st,
Yes, sir.
2016. Any other questions or concerns on this item?
I have one comment.
Yes, sir.
City manager has authority dictated to him by the charter. He doesn't need the city council to tell him when to hire somebody. I don't have a problem with this motion, but he doesn't. He could hire a permanent initiate hiring a permanent city manager tomorrow without the consent of the council.
That's true. The motion was a request.
It's a recommendation.
Okay.
Any other discussion on this item? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Susan.
Aye.
Councilmember Wyatt.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harris.
Aye.
Councilmember Curley.
Aye.
Mayor McNary.
Aye. Motion carries.